Boxing's Anthony Joshua hints at a future at a WWE move. Kevin Owens opens up on getting burned at the Royal Rumble, and WWE couple Keith Lee and Mia Yim announce their engagement. Hello everyone, Jose G here, bringing you today's top stories in today's SK Wrestling News Roundup. Boxing's Anthony Joshua hints a future at WWE. World Heavyweight Boxing Champion Anthony Joshua has hinted at a potential move to the world of WWE sometime in the future. During a recent interview at the Alternative Sports Show, the Unified Heavyweight Champion was quizzed as to whether or not he would make a better UFC fighter or WWE wrestler. Paying homage to one of his heroes, Joshua responded that he would prefer to try his hand at pro wrestling just as Muhammad Ali did during his career, saying, quote, "That's a great question. I'm gonna do WWE because that's what Muhammad Ali done, so I'm gonna do WWE," end quote. During the same segment of the interview, Anthony Joshua was asked which music track he would choose as his entrance music if he were to join WWE. Joshua is known for featuring a mixture of songs and artists in his boxing entrance music choices, which explains the huge difference between Joshua's songs of choice in this scenario, saying, quote, "What track? What comes to mind? You've got two options. Stormzy, Shut Up, or We're Going Scarface, Push It to the Limit, Wave Flow, Eskimo Dance, all of that. You know what? It'll be a classic. You know what? We'll just mix it all in," end quote. If Anthony Joshua does take the plunge and enter the wrestling ring, he won't be the only World Heavyweight Boxing Champion to have done so in recent years. Current WBC and lineal World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Fury came to WWE for a highly anticipated and publicized bout with the monster among men, Braun Strowman, at WWE Crown Jewel back in 2019. Fury would end up winning the contest by countout after Strowman was unable to re-enter the ring and beat the referee's count. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury are expected to meet for the undisputed World Heavyweight crown in a match of epic proportions this summer. Vince McMahon's reaction to big Royal Rumble debut revealed. AJ Styles is one of the few WWE superstars who made a name for himself outside Vince McMahon's company. Styles rose to prominence in TNA and Impact Wrestling and in New Japan Pro Wrestling and has been a bona fide star since he arrived in the WWE. Even Vince McMahon quickly understood what AJ Styles brought to the table based on the former TNA's World Champion's Royal Rumble debut reactions. Kurt Angle revealed more details about Styles' WWE run during the latest episode of The Kurt Angle Show on adsfreeshows.com. Kurt Angle always knew that Vince McMahon would appreciate AJ Styles' value and gave him a solid push. Angle explained that while AJ Styles had attempted to get into the WWE early in his career, Styles needed to build up his name before shooting for the stars, saying, quote, "I know Vince would see the value, what AJ needed, because he did try out for the WWE. I think back when he started wrestling, he was good, but he didn't have a name. And he needs to build his name in TNA and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Build it up big enough that maybe fans knew who he was," end quote. Kurt Angle also revealed that Vince McMahon told AJ Styles after the superstar won his first world title in WWE. Many fans would already know this, but following Styles' first WWE title victory, Vince McMahon admitted to Styles that he wished WWE had signed the phenomenal one 10 years ago. Kurt Angle concluded by saying AJ Styles was the best performer in the world when he signed with WWE. Kevin Owens on getting burned at the Royal Rumble. Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns had an incredible last man standing match at the Royal Rumble this past January. However, a spot near the end of the match might live with the former Universal Champion forever. Owens spoke to Ryan Stanton of WWE on Fox yesterday about the match for the Universal Championship and how he burned himself on stage lighting near the end of the matchup, saying, quote, "Yeah, I feel great. I don't know. This stuff, I feel it for a few days and then I guess my body recovers. But I think my body's just used to that kind of punishment throughout the years. That honestly, the worst thing from all of it was people noticed that I got burnt. I'm not trying to show a new tattoo. I'm just trying to show the burn, trying to get in close. You can see, it's like my arm was on a grill. So yeah, that sucked. That really sucked a lot. So that wasn't great. None of it was great, but that's the one thing I'm still feeling," end quote. Owen told Stanton that the burn is a grill pattern that might stay on his body for the rest of his life. If that's the case, it will be impossible for Owens to ever forget about his match with Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble. Triple H on where NXT will air in the future. Ever since it was announced that the WWE Network was moving to Peacock this March, There have been rumors that NXT will wind up on the streaming platform later this year once the NHL moves over to the USA Network this fall. Yesterday, on the Triple H Global Media Call, he was asked about the possibility of NXT airing live on Peacock going forward and had this to say, quote, "To be honest, I'm not 100% sure in those conversations. That would be a question for, a Nick or Steph or somebody. I'm not on that level of detail with the Peacock thing. I haven't been engaged in it in that point." The great thing about NXT and its placement right now on USA, 1, they're extremely happy with the product. 2, they're extremely happy where it sits. But you have to look at it all as one big circular kind of universe. They all kind of pitch into each other. And so having the platform of USA with NXT, much like Raw, to pitch you to Peacock and pay-per-views and all the other content. That's just me speaking, would seem like it would be the best place for it to be, end quote. Triple H went on to say that he believes the relationship between USA Network and WWE is very strong. He added that at the end of the day, the goal is to get more eyes on the WWE product than ever before. WWE couple Keith Lee and Mia Yim announced their engagement. Raw superstars Keith Lee and Mia Yim have been known to the WWE Universe as a couple for some time now. The duo both moved to WWE's main roster in 2020, with Keith Lee immediately being thrusted into the title picture and Mia Yim becoming a part of Retribution. After spending a few years dating, the duo have just announced their engagement on social media. Mia Yim uploaded a photo of the happy couple to her Twitter page, bearing the caption, "I said yes, Mr. and Mrs. Lee." In the photo, the pair have huge smiles on their faces and Mia Yim showing off her brand new engagement ring. There are multiple married couples in WWE and also quite a few that are engaged, like Keith Lee and Mia Yim. Towards the end of 2020, former NXT North American champion Leon Ruff and referee Aja Smith revealed that they got engaged over Christmas time, seeing out the year on a high. Multiple-time WWE Raw Women's Champion Charlotte Flair and her fiancé Andrade announced their engagement on New Year's Day in 2020, with the latter taking to Twitter to excitedly announce she said "see." The pair regularly post loved-up pictures to their Instagram accounts, including their matching costumes and Halloween. As well as these WWE couples, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins got engaged in 2019, and their wedding is still on hold due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Becky Lynch said yes to Seth Rollins, while the pair were enjoying a break away from WWE. The pair recently welcomed their first child into the world, their daughter named Ro. Thanks for watching today's SK Wrestling News Roundup. For more news stories, follow us on all social media. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Download the Sportskeeda app for the most up-to-date stories in the world of wrestling.